my name is John Walsh with Logic Group, and in these weekly live stream videos, I am hoping to demonstrate problems that people have had and the solutions we use with our software to fix those problems. In this particular example, the chair, I have a person that sent me a picture of this part right here. It's a metal part, and the problem that the person was having was when he digitized this arc, it was exact on the center points, but in the middle it was off by about 1/4 of an inch. He was asking me what was happening. The problem that he was having was he was digitizing that as an arc and not as a curve. And in our software, if he'd done it as a curve, he would have gotten exactly what he wanted because it's not an arc. So I'm going to come into our software. I don't have the actual metal part. This will be on the screen. I don't have the metal part, so I've drawn it on a piece of poster board. Here it is. I've got straight lines on the edges here, and then I have that curve here. Then I also have 5 1/4-inch holes that I'm going to digitize, 5 1/2-inch holes that I'm going to digitize. So I come into the software. First thing that I do is I click 4 points, and I digitize 4 corners around the part. All this does is it just blows things up on the screen so I can see things a little bit better. And then I'm going to come in here. I'm going to tell it that it's a closed shape. I'm going to start with lines, and I click start. And I just digitize the endpoints of each one of those lines. It will connect all of them to get us a toolpath. Just go all the way around those lines. And it shows those lines to me on the screen here. And what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and digitize that as an arc to show you how we could have done it with an arc. So I just digitize the midpoint of the arc, and I digitize the end point of the arc, and it draws the arc in there. And it looks okay, but we know if we print it out, it's off by 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to erase that arc. I just click the erase button, and it is gone. And then I'm going to come into curve fit to do my curve. And to do a curve, what you do is you digitize a series of points. So I'm just going to come in here about every inch. The frequency of the points sort of depends on how it's changing. So when I come in, it shows me those points on the screen. I then come in and click stop, and it does a nice smooth curve through those. I went a little bit too far there. Be careful that next time not to do that. Now on the circles, usually what I like to do to a circle is to digitize 3 points on the circle, on the edge of the circle, and it pops in a circle. This time what I'm going to do though is I'm going to say, okay, I think I know where the center of each of the circle is, and I'm just going to do the center point and input a diameter. So in our software, that's a 1-point circle. I click 1-point circle. I then am going to set my diameter. It's going to be a 1/2 inch. So every one of those is going to be 1/2 inch circles. I just click start, and then I come in here and digitize the center of that circle, that circle, that circle, that circle, and that circle, and it has popped in those 5 circles. I'm all done. I click stop, and I'm finished now. I can go ahead and create my DXF file. Come in here to start. In DXF, I'm going to call it Friday. I'm going to hit save, and then it saves that file. And then I can load that into my CAD program. Let's go ahead and do that real quick here. I'm going to exit out of here. Oops, that's supposed to be there. I'm going to come into my CAD program. I'm using CAD standard here. I'm going to import, and I pick that file that I just created called Friday. I click open. And it shows me the file. It is that easy to do. Now, one of the questions I had several times this week was people have gotten bought a Logic Tray system, and they've gotten it, and they started the software, and the screens on their new software looks different than a lot of the videos that are on our website. We do have a new version of the software. It was released in October of this year, and so that is why if some screens might look different than on the website. If you need information on the update, please give me a call. And then in terms of what's new, we think that Apple is going to approve our Mac version of the software, and we're hoping to release that in the next couple days. My name is John Walsh. If you have any questions, please give me a call, and I will see you next week.